Okay, you guys, so we are going to be going over the Unit 1 test review. Alright, so we're going to be going over the Unit 1 test review. I'm just going to go through. You guys are going to answer the question on Edpuzzle, and then you will see me work it out here. Okay, so first we have number 1. We have solving for x. We have to get all of our x's on one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the 6x over to the other side by subtracting the 6x from both sides. When we do that, we will be left with 18 equals 10x minus 42. Want to get the x's alone, so we're going to add 42. We're going to add 42 to both sides. Plus 42. 18 plus 42 is 60. 60 equals 10x. Finish this up here. 60 equals 10x. Divide both sides by 10. Divide both sides by 10. X equals 6. All right. Moving on to number 2. So number 2, we're going to have 54 minus 12 times 2 is 24. Then we're going to have 6 plus 2 times 2, which is 4. So we just took care of that first step, which was our multiplication. All right, 54 minus 24 is going to give us 30. 30 over, and then 6 plus 4 is 10. So then 30 divided by 10 is 3. All right, moving on. So again, we want to get our x's alone. So that means we're going to subtract 18 from 32. We'll have negative 2x. 32 minus 18 is going to give us 14. Divide both sides by negative 2, and x is going to equal negative 7. All right, so on simplifying 72, okay, remember if there is no index, that means it is a 2. So we're going to split 72. I'm just going to divide by 2. So 72 divided by 2 is going to give us 36. So we're going to have 2 and 36. 36 divided by 2 is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And then 9 is divisible by 3 and 3. So since our index is 2, that means we're going to circle pairs. So we have a pair of 2s, a pair of 3s. So we're going to put that inside. We'll have 2 times 2 and 3 times 3. Okay. Remember, cross out once we've divided everything. The thing that we are left over with is a 2. So we're going to cross out our 2, bring it out in front. Cross out our 3, bring it out in front. We're left with a 2 on the inside. Our last step is to multiply those two numbers in the front. So we're going to have 6 square root of 2 as our answer. Okay, you guys, the way that you can check this, you can do the second x squared. That's going to give you the square root sign of 72. And that gives us 8.485, some long decimal. Okay, then we're going to type in 6 square root of 2. Press enter, and you have the same decimal. So that is how you know that that is the correct answer. Okay, so number 5. Number 5, we're going to have to distribute that 3 first. I'll change colors here real quick. So we're going to distribute that 3 to both of the things inside of our parentheses. So we'll have 3x minus 24 plus 14 equals 20. Okay, we do have like terms, so we have 2 constant numbers. So negative 24 plus 14 is going to give us a negative 10. So we'll have 3x minus 10 equals 20. All right, then from there we have to add 10 to both sides. So 3x equals 30. So x is going to equal 10. All right, number 6. So number 6, we are just simplifying. All right, so we're going to go in the order of PEMDAS. So we're going to do what is inside the parentheses. Okay, so remember, once you go inside the parentheses, then we have to go in the order of PEMDAS again. So we're going to have our exponents be first. So negative 3 times 12 plus 3 squared is 9 minus 12 divided by 6. Okay, from there, we're going to do our next order of operations, which is 12 divided by 6. So we're going to have negative 3 times 12 plus 9 minus, and then 12 divided by 6 is 2. Okay, then we can add and subtract. 12 plus 9 is 21. 21 minus 2 is 19. So our final thing, we're just going to multiply those numbers. So negative 3 times 19 is going to give us negative 57. So that's your final answer. Okay, so we have our proportions. Remember, is over of equals x over 100, or the x can also be your percent. So it says 25%. So 25 is our percent over 100. And it says of what number is 65. So 65 is that number. We're going to have x on the bottom. Okay. Then what we have to do is we have to cross multiply these numbers. So we have these two and these two. So we'll have 25x equals 65 times 100. Okay, 65 times 100. It's going to give us 6,500. And then we're going to divide that by 25, and that gives us 260. So x equals 260. Okay. So this next one wants us to find the percent. So it says what percent? So that means we're going to have x over 100 because we don't know what the percentage is. And then so we're always going to have the is over our of. So 59.5 is our is. And 425 is our of. Okay. We're going to cross multiply again. So we'll have those two and those two. So we'll have 425x equals 59.5 times 100. So we're here, 59.5 times 100 is going to give us 5,950. And that equals 425x. Last step, divide by 425, divide by 425. And so we're going to have our answer divided by 425 for a final answer of 14. All right, so we're going to have our absolute value. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually subtract what is on the inside first. So we're going to have 64 minus 110. That's going to give us negative 46. Okay, remember absolute value is the distance from 0, so it's always going to be a positive number because it's a distance. So our final answer is just going to be 46. All right, on this one, so we're going to have to simplify a couple things first. We're going to start with our exponents. So we're going to have the square root of 144 plus 8 minus 9 plus 12 times 3. Okay, then we're going to simplify, we're going to simplify our square root sign. So the square root of 144, I'm going to put that in the calculator. So second square root of 144 is 12. So we're going to have 12 plus 8 minus 9 plus 12 times 3. So then we're going to multiply. That is our next order of operation. So 12 plus 8 minus 9 plus 36. Okay, from here you can just plug this into your calculator. So 12 plus 8 minus 9 plus 36. You're going to get your answer as 47. All right, this next one is a little bit tricky. So again, we have to get all of our x's on one side. So I'm actually going to move our 3x over. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. So if we have 1x minus 3x, we're going to have 1 minus 3. That's going to give us negative 2x, and it's equal to 18. Our last step is dividing by 2, or negative 2. So x is going to equal negative 9. All right, this one is asking, what is 8.5% of 615? So again, percent goes over 100. And then of always goes on the bottom. So is over of. So our is unknown. So we're going to cross multiply. We're going to have 615 times 8.5. And it's going to be equal to 100x. So we'll have 615 times 8.5. And that is 5,227.5 equals 100x. Okay, then we're going to divide both sides by 100. And divide by 100 here. And x equals 52.28. It's 28 because it asks us to round to the hundredths place. So our hundredths place is going to be 2 decimal places in. So you should have gotten 275, but when you round up, it's going to give you that 28 right there. All right, solving for x. So we're going to first start by combining our like terms. So we have 4x and then 6x. Then we're going to have 12 and minus 18. So 4x and 6x combined is going to give us 10x. 12 minus 18 is going to be a negative 6. And that is greater than or equal to negative 46. So then we have to add 6 to both sides, add 6 to this side. We're going to have 10x is greater than or equal to, if you can't do this in your head, you can always use your calculator. Negative 46 plus 6 is negative 40. So we're just going to divide by 10, and x is greater than or equal to negative 4. All right, this next one's kind of tricky. What we're going to do is we're going to get this all by itself first. So we're going to subtract 12 from both sides. So 3/5 m equals 27 minus 12 is 15. Okay, then what we want to do is we want to multiply both sides times 5. So when we do that, our fraction is going to cancel out. So we will be left with 3m, and 15 times 5 is 75. Okay, from there we're going to divide by 3 and divide by 3. So m equals 25. All right, on this next one, we're just combining like terms here. So we're going to have an x squared and an x squared. Remember, they have to have the exact same variable and exponent. Then we have our x. Our x's are 6x and our negative 8x. Then we have our minus 5, which is alone. So if we combine our like terms here, we're going to have 3x plus 12, or 3x squared plus 12x squared, which is going to give us 15x squared. Then we have 6x minus 8x. So we're going to have 6 minus 8, which is going to give us a negative 2x. So we've used all of the things with variables, and our last thing is just minus 5. Bring that down. That stays the same. So 15x squared minus 2x minus 5. All right, so solving for n, this is just a proportion. So what we're going to do is solve it just like we would our other proportions. We're going to cross multiply. So we're going to multiply 2 and n, and then we're going to multiply 4 and 15. Okay, 2 and n is going to stay the same. 4 times 15 is 60. So then we're just going to divide and divide. 60 divided by 2 is 30. All right, almost done, guys. All right, last one, 140. So if we split 140, we're going to divide by 2. We're going to get 70. Divide 70 by 2, and we get 35. 35 by 2, and we're going to get, or sorry, not by 2. Divide it, we can get 7 and 5. Okay, we're going to circle our pairs. Then what we're going to have is 2 and 2. 7 and 5. Bring that out front, multiply what's inside, and we're going to have 2 root 35.